The note on the counter. Cinematic hook, fade in. Rain falls hard on a lonely gas station. The camera zooms slowly inside. The night was cold, the rain merciless, and the neon light of Benny's roadside market flickered like it was gasping for life. Inside, the store was empty, except for the faint hum of a refrigerator and a small carton of milk sitting on the counter, beside a folded note. When Benny, the old store owner, walked in early the next morning, he froze. The security camera light was blinking red. He pressed play, and what he saw made his heart stop. At 2:14 a.m., two small figures, kids, maybe 8 or 9, walked in barefoot, dripping wet. The boy, thin as a stick, held his little sister's hand. They went straight to the fridge, grabbed a small carton of milk, and placed it carefully on the counter. Then, the boy pulled out something from his pocket, a piece of paper, crumpled and wet, and left it beside a few coins. Benny squinted at the footage. The boy's lips moved as he said something before leaving, words that the camera couldn't catch. When Benny unfolded the note, his hands trembled. "Please pay for the milk. We'll return the money when we grow up. Tommy and Lily." For a moment, Benny just stood there, staring at the note, then at the camera, then back at the note again. Two orphans, asking him to pay for milk. Not stealing, not begging, asking. Before we go further, if stories like this touch your heart, hit that like button and subscribe to the Kindness Chronicles. You never know, a single click could help us spread kindness a little further today. Red heart. Back to the story. Benny couldn't shake it off. Who were these kids? Why were they out at night? And why did they sound so hopeful in their letter? He called Sheriff Mark, his childhood friend. "You gotta see this," Benny said, his voice heavy with emotion. Mark arrived within the hour, still in his brown uniform, eyes tired from a sleepless night. He watched the footage quietly, his jaw tightening. "They didn't steal," Benny whispered. "No," Mark said softly, "but that makes it even harder." The sheriff ran the security footage through the town system, but no match came up. No missing kids reported, no foster homes in the area that fit the description. For the next few days, the story spread across town. People started leaving milk cartons and money at Benny's store for the milk kids. Everyone wanted to help, but no one knew who they were. Then came Sunday afternoon. The local biker group, Iron Brotherhood, rolled into town. They were rough, tattooed, loud, men with scars, both visible and hidden. Most people avoided them. But one of them, Dean, the leader, heard Benny's story at the diner. He didn't laugh. He didn't scoff. He just sat there, silent, stirring his coffee. When the waitress said, "Those poor kids probably just ran away," he whispered, "Not poor, brave." Later that evening, Dean and his gang rode out to the gas station. "Show me the tape," Dean asked Benny. When he saw the two tiny figures huddled together in the cold, something in him broke. His eyes, hard as stone, filled with tears. "Reminds me of me and my sister," he muttered. Dean told his crew, "We're gonna find them." And that's how it began, a biker gang on a mercy mission. For 3 nights, they searched abandoned cabins, old trailers, underpasses, anywhere kids might hide. Finally, near the outskirts of Pine Hollow, they spotted a faint flicker of light inside an old barn. Dean motioned for silence. They approached slowly. Inside, on the cold dirt floor, were 2 kids wrapped in a torn blanket. The boy, Tommy, was trying to warm milk in a rusty tin can over a candle. His little sister Lily was coughing softly. When the bikers stepped in, Tommy jumped in front of her. "Don't hurt her. We didn't steal. We left a note," he cried. Dean knelt down, his massive frame lowering to the boy's eye level. "We know, son," he said gently. "We saw your note. We came to help." Tommy looked at him with trembling lips. "You're bikers. Dean smiled faintly. Yeah. But tonight, we're your Anjexv. The bikers took the kids back to town. Benny closed his store early and heated soup for them. Lily ate quietly, her small hands shaking from the cold. When Mark came in, he asked, "Where are your parents, sweetheart?" Tommy hesitated. His eyes filled with tears. "They're gone," he whispered. "There was a fire at our house. We ran, but they didn't make it." Everyone went silent. Even the hum of the refrigerator seemed to stop. Mark placed his hat over his heart. Dean's knuckles clenched. Benny wiped a tear before it could fall. That night, the whole town decided something quietly, without words. They weren't going to send these kids to some state shelter. Not this time. The return. Weeks passed. The story of the Milk Kids spread across the country. Donations poured in, money, clothes, letters, even offers to adopt. But Tommy and Lily stayed in Pine Hollow, under Benny's and Dean's care. The bikers took turns dropping by every day, bringing food, fixing the roof of Benny's old farmhouse where the kids now stayed. Dean, who once lived for the road, now found himself teaching Tommy how to ride a bicycle. Benny taught Lily how to read the store's price tags, turning learning into a game. They laughed again. They lived again. But one afternoon, the sheriff came with a thick folder in his hand. "I found something," Mark said gravely. Dean frowned. "What is it?" "It's about the fire. Their parents didn't die in it. It was set on purpose." Dean's heart pounded. "What?" Mark laid out the report. Their father had discovered something at his workplace, illegal dumping of chemicals near town. He tried to report it. 2 days later, their home burned down. Tommy overheard everything. His face went pale. "They killed Mom and Dad?" Dean knelt beside him, putting a heavy hand on his shoulder. "Hey! Don't you ever think it's your fault, kid? You hear me? You did what brave hearts do, you survived." Dean rallied his biker brothers. Together with Mark, they tracked down the company responsible. What followed wasn't violence, it was justice. They brought the evidence to the media, to the court. The culprits were arrested. Pine Hollow got its peace back. 10 years later. A shiny Harley pulled up outside Benny's roadside market. A young man in a leather jacket stepped off, holding a carton of milk. Benny, now older and slower, smiled. "Tommy?" Tommy grinned. "Yeah, old man. Thought I'd drop by." He placed a $100 bill on the counter. "For the milk," he said softly, "and for the kindness the teenager asked for it back." Benny's eyes filled with tears. "You don't owe me a cent, son." Tommy smiled, his voice steady. "I know. But we promised we'd return the money when we grew up." Lily walked in next, holding flowers for Dean's memorial, the biker who had passed away in a road accident the year before. She placed them beside his photo, whispering, "Thank you for finding us." Outside, the wind carried the faint sound of engines in the distance, almost like the Iron Brotherhood was still watching over them. If this story moved you even a little, take a moment right now. Like this video and subscribe to the Kindness Chronicles.